sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to a new edition of the Sports Shop 27. I'm your host, Jermaine Coulter. Today's special guest, we got a 4-time heavyweight champion in the building.
Jermaine, stop. What the fuck? You spelled my name wrong. As soon as we started, everything was great. I was vibing to that. That was the coolest thing I've ever seen. All my pictures lined up from the UK, from Puerto Rico, everything. And then it ends with August Artios. What the fuck, Jermaine? Sorry, Mama Jermaine. I didn't mean to swear like that. It was his fault. He did it.
All right. We got our guest in here tonight. He's from Florida. For everybody that's watching, let them know where you're from and a little bit about your background, August.
Me? Oh, shit. We'll go ahead and get started. Born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio, where only the real survive, only the raw can thrive. That's me. And I came out of the womb there, grew there, back and forth. I'm not going to give you the logistics of my life before professional wrestling because that doesn't fucking matter. So, sorry, Mama Jermaine. I don't mean to. I'm working on it. I don't mean to swear so much. I'm going to work on that. I'm going to dumb it down a little bit. But a little bit about me. I grew up in a loving family. In a loving family, I don't mean a lot of people. I mean my mom and my brother. That's the reason we'll probably get to that later of why I'm called August. And I've always stuck to myself, and I've always been the realest version of myself possible. My mom always raised me to be that way. She always raised me to speak my mind, stand on business, as the kids say. And that's just how I've been and how I always will be. And that later on, I guess that will wrap up and bring back to why I'm real and why I'm raw and why I am the way that I am.
All right. So growing up, let everybody know the first sport that you played.
Football. First sport I played was football. Before we even actually played football, we used to play a game called Smear the Guy with the Ball. We'll call it that.
Yep.
If Alan's watching, he knows what I'm talking about. Don't go out there. All right. So, anyways, I played football, and I was great. I was starting tailback, starting middle linebacker, and that was from what do black folks call Pee Wee football?
Pop Warner.
Pop Warner. Yeah. So I played Pop Warner. We call it Pee Wee football. I played that growing up, and then I went to grade school playing that still, starting tailback, starting middle linebacker, all the way through middle school, starting tailback, both sides of the, go out there and score a touchdown, have to go back out there and then stop them from scoring and go right back out there and try to score again. So I've always been this elite athlete type deal. I've always been in great shape. As you can see from the pictures, I look freaking awesome. Mama Jermaine, you see that? I'm watching it. I look freaking amazing. So I've always been like that. So then move on to high school football, and I'm the only freshman playing with the seniors. I was starting JV, and then I got to dress and sometimes play with the varsity. And then it got to the point where football wasn't a love for me anymore. And when I turned 16 years old, I joined a metal band, and we started just same thing I do with professional wrestling. Same thing I did with football. I liked it. I got good, and then I was great. And same thing with the band. We started practicing. Next thing you know, we got offered 3 deals. Universal Records, Roadrunner Records, and Metal Blade Records wanted us. Universal and Roadrunner wanted us to change our ways. They wanted us to do certain things that we weren't comfortable with or changing who we were. So we went with Metal Blade Records, which Metal Blade Records stems from Lars from Metallica actually started Metal Blade Records. So we're signed. We're 16 years old. Mama Jermaine, ears closed. We got our things out on the table thinking we are just the ish that doesn't stink. And we are. We're 16 years old on tour. We missed, I think it was from sophomore into junior year was when we were on tour. We missed, what was it? I think it was like 3 months of junior year because we were still on tour. And, ever since signing that contract to Metal Blade Records, like that's the lifestyle I've always wanted. That's the lifestyle I've always deserved. And that's the lifestyle I won't settle for anything else. And then fast forward, let's see, what did I do after the band? 18 years old, we broke up. So 16 to 18 years old, I was the first one out. Then the guitarist was out. Then I think the band might still be around with no original members left, which is wild to me. Forever in Terror was the band. Originally Seventh Plague. Got signed. We changed our name to Forever in Terror for copyright reasons. This is all for anybody listening. If you would like to follow along with the story of August Artois, you can go to YouTube and watch "Son of a Journeyman." That's on YouTube. That's my documentary that I made, or that not that I made. I mean, I'm the star in it. But anyways, back to the story of August Artois. So, after the band, then I just started traveling a lot. I moved to North Carolina, moved back, moved to Florida, moved here, moved there. Started traveling a lot. Went to 8 different countries just on my own. You know, not doing any entertainment, but just traveling and getting to know myself as a human being and all that. You know, yada yada bull crap. So I seen 8 countries. Then I turned 30 years old, and I thought, okay, I did the whole high school football thing. Not my thing. It was awesome. I started the whole time I did it, so I was the top guy the whole time. Joined a band, got signed, the greatest to ever do it. 30 years old. What am I going to do now? I'm going to go be a professional wrestler. And everybody told me, you're starting too late. You can't do it this late. Look at me now. I got a flight to catch in 2 days to go to Thailand to go defend this bad boy here. So
that title, which title is that right there you was showing us?
That right there is the FIP, Full Impact Pro World. And I say world because I've been all across the world with it. Heavyweight Championship. This has been held by guys that are currently signed to the WWE, like Seth Rollins, Austin Theory. There's guys like that are in AEW, John Moxley. The list goes on and on. There's a lot of history to this title. So for me to be even holding this title is so mind-blowing to me. When I first started 44 months ago, when I first started professional wrestling, all I wanted was this. And here I am with it now. The other title is the STF. It says world, but I only defend it in Utah. So this is the STF Utah Championship.
Sir.
And I've had that for over 500 days now. I'm the first ever STF champion, and I've had it for 500 days, and I'm doing pretty well with it.
Congratulations, man. So growing up, who was the wrestler that you looked up to, the guy that you really wanted to like model your game after?
Well, sure as hell isn't Savio Vega. Anyways, Shawn Michaels, I would have to say, obviously Stone Cold, but I knew Shawn Michaels before Stone Cold came out, and even when he came out, he was the ringmaster and then turned into Stone Cold Steve Austin, the one we all love now. But Shawn Michaels, and it wasn't just Shawn Michaels, it was the look, the walk, the talk, the attitude, the way he sold, the way he hit, every single freaking Mama Jermaine, every freaking thing he did was amazing to me. And I love that so much about professional wrestling, is the ability to make people feel more than just like, cool move. Cool, that was awesome. Like, really, like all those things I just said about me watching as a kid. Like, hopefully there's some kids out in the audience that go, here comes August Artois. The way he walks and talks and looks and this and that. Like, hopefully I'm that for somebody else, because that was a big thing for me, and that's one of the main reasons I'm out there doing it today.
Wow. So describe your first day going into the arena, and you tell everyone that you want to start wrestling. Talk about that first day of practice.
Oh, okay. Practice? We talking about practice? So I walked in and I realized, well, it started in Ohio. I went to this. My buddy had a ring in a low garage, so we kind of had to like stoop in there while we were trying to train. And I realized nobody was as serious as I was. Then I moved down to Florida, and I realized nobody was as serious as I was, and it started getting frustrating. So I pulled my coach aside. God rest his soul, Francisco Chiazzo. I pulled him aside, and I was like, dude, I got to go somewhere else, man. I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here to grab ass. I'm not here to play games. I'm 30 years old. These kids are all 18, 19, 20, 22, 24, 25 years old. I'm 30 years old, man. I have zero time to dick around. Like, I have to go straight to my goal. And he realized I was serious, and we got right on the same page. And all he did was he taught me how to do a hip toss, an arm drag, a body slam. He put his hand on my back, and he pushed me in the right direction, and I went. And now I'm flying.
That's great.
So is he. God rest his soul.
Hey, rest in peace, Coach. So,
yeah, Coach.
So you started off in Ohio. Did your first wrestling match happen in the same state, or did you just?
No, I was only there for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, and then then I came down. Damn. Yeah, I was there for like 2 weeks. Then I came down to Florida, and I was down here. I had to move like 2 hours away from training, and I couldn't get the place that I wanted to live at. So I had to postpone training for another, like, I think 2 weeks or a month. And as soon as I started training, and everyone was telling me, like, dude, you got to train. Like, a lot of guys, like, they train for a full year before they're even allowed to start looking for bookings. I trained for, I think it was 2 months. Like, but I say 2 months, that was the time period, was 2 months. But if you count the individual days, I trained for like 2 weeks. I had my first match. I trained for maybe another 6 months. And a lot of guys in the business hate when I say this, and I don't care. You know what you guys can do. Anyways, Mama Jermaine, shut your eyes. I haven't trained, and I've been wrestling now for 44 months. I haven't trained in probably 35 months. And I'm still just at the top of my game. I outclass everybody in that, anybody that's out there with me, anybody that's in the locker room. They hate the fact that I'm even on the card with them because they're like, man, I know for a fact I'm not going to have the match of the night because this guy's going to go out there and do the bare minimum, and the crowd's going to love it. And that's just what I do, and I pride myself on that. You guys go out there, and you can go out there and kill, because you know what wrestling is. We all know what wrestling is. So you guys go out there and kill yourselves, for all I care. I'm going to go out there and collect bigger checks, fly further, and see better places than you'll ever in your life, and stay in one piece doing it. Morons.
So real raw, let everybody know, you know what I'm saying, like, when you started really, like, putting bodies on the map, you start getting in your rhythm, you start climbing to the top, and tell everybody your journey to the top, to the
day one. Day one. Day one, honest to God, and you can ask anybody around here. Some of them might not admit it. Some of them love to brag about it. But I came in and nobody knew who I was. They're all like, August Artios, is this your friend? And everyone's like, no, I don't know the guy. Is it your brother? Is it your sister? Is it your cousin? Who is this guy? Whose dad is it? Whose son is it? Nobody knows. And then I stuck just to the people that I was close with, my coach and the one person I trained with. And then I was friends with, if you're not familiar, Eric Bischoff was the guy who ran WCW back in the day. Yeah. His son, Garrett Bischoff, people around here didn't know that I've known him for 10 years before. When he was in TNA or Impact at the time, like I wasn't even into wrestling. He got me and my mom tickets to go, and we went because we were bored. Like, I've known Garrett for a while. So me and Garrett are sitting on the couch, and he's like, so you're wrestling now? I was like, yeah. You want to fight me? He's like, I just might. So he had a show coming up at another company across on the east coast of Florida. I'm on the west coast of Florida. So he goes, all right, go ahead. I accept. Well, we talked about the stipulations, yada, 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 rate, pay, and where we're going to do it at. So me and Garrett Bischoff, my brother and my coach and the promoter know that we are going to step into a professional wrestling ring and wrestle, and that we are friends. Nobody else in the world knows that. And that's exactly the way I liked it. So I went online and I was like, I heard Garrett Bischoff's getting back in the ring. Ha 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 ha. Thousands of laugh emojis. And the world went nuts because I'm 3 weeks in the business. Everyone's like, Mama Jermaine, close your ears. Who the fuck is this kid? Who does this kid think he is to call out one of the greatest names in professional wrestling's son, who's a very nice guy? What are you doing? So people that I'm cool with were like, hey, August, like, hey, Tim, what are you doing? And I'm like, so I showed Garrett and I showed my coach, like, how should I reply to these people? And they're like, don't let them in. You let these people in right now, everything will go to hell. Like, don't tell anybody we're going to have a wrestling match. I was like, no, so, screw this guy. This guy thinks he's awesome. He's not. I hate this guy. As we're sitting right next to each other on the couch, the internet goes crazy. Jermaine, I'm telling you, it went crazy. One person screenshotted my stuff, and it had, my post itself had about 80 something shares. His screenshot had 183 shares. It had 200 and something comments. People, get rid of this kid. Get this kid out of the business. My coach's phone's blowing up. Garrett's phone's blowing up. My phone's blowing up. And I'm like, wow, this is professional wrestling. This is awesome. Dude, I had promoters hitting me up, and they're like, listen here, you little punk. I'll never book you. And I'm like, oh, shit, okay. Cut the shit. This is pretty serious now. This is going to affect my career. What should I do? My coach goes, Mama Jermaine, shut your ears. He goes, tell him to suck my. So I did. And he went, You'll regret this. Let's fast forward 7 months. That same promoter is in my DMs. Hey, man, how much is it going to cost to book you? A lot. A whole lot of money. Morons. But then, like, the thing was, Jermaine, I'm telling you, this was such a rouge that, like, once that match graphic hit, this is how he did it. After one of my matches, Garrett Bischoff comes into the venue on his motorcycle, and people were like, oh, my God, he's going to kill you. Like, this guy, this is serious. Garrett Bischoff's going to kill Tim, not August. He's going to kill Tim. Like, this guy's mad. And people were really, really believing this. So as happy as I was that I just turned Florida wrestling and other, like, this was spreading out to Georgia. I was hearing from people in California, turning the business upside down within the first 3 weeks of me not even wrestling yet. I was like, man, I've got something special here, but did I just ruin now the rest of my career? Am I never going to be able to do this again? Jermaine, let me go ahead and tell you, it happens to this day. I'll go online right now and post that I hate my opponent coming up. And people will be like, hey, man, what's your beef with your opponent? But come on, I'm wearing tights. I love what I do. Don't get me wrong. I love what I do, but I love the people that get what we do. Exactly. And but the people that always have a problem with me, Jermaine, I'll go ahead and tell you, the people that have a problem with me doing what I do aren't the fans. It's not the promoters. You know who it is? It's the guys in the fucking locker room with me. And that's the saddest thing about it. Hey, man, you can't say that. What? I'm first off, as I said, I'm wearing tights. I got these boots. I don't like when they get dirty. They're very nice. And I'm putting wrist tape around my wrist. And you want to talk to me about something I said on social media? Get out of my face.
Exactly.
I need a private locker room.
Sean said, hey, guys, I appreciate you tuning in, Sean. Welcome to the Sports Shop 27. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Just seen the Jake the Snake Roberts last weekend.
Who cares? Who cares about Jake the Snake Roberts? We're talking about me, Sean, moron. Listen, Sean, you know what you can do? You can, as you're tuning in, scroll over on Instagram, type in August Artois. If you can't spell it, it's right there. And follow me. If you follow me, I might like you, Sean. I might like you. Jermaine, continue.
Sean. All right, let's go ahead and get into some highlights, man. We can go with show them better than we can tell them, all right? Hey, for everybody that's watching, I got the Real Raw on the podcast tonight. Yeah, Mr. August Artois. This guy right here is 4-time heavyweight champion, and he's worldwide with it.
What? Right. 4-time? I'm a 7-time world champion.
7 times. Let's get it right. All right. We'll be right back. Stay with me, August. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're back to talk about that match a little bit, August.
I forgot how good that match was. Eddie Martinez. That was a really good match, actually. That was my first time wrestling in Mississippi. Um, Man, I'm gonna watch that match after we're done with this interview. Now, that was a real good match.
It was.
Uh, he's actually killing it too right now. Eddie Martinez. He's in Texas. He's a Texas wrestler. Met him in Mississippi. We went toe to toe. It was pretty good. It was a damn good match. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I was actually drunk and on drugs and the whole match. So that was actually pretty wild for me to see because I don't remember most of it.
Man. So, who else are some of your favorite opponents that you like to face? Like, who is the real Raw rival?
Who do I want to face?
Yes.
Oh, nobody. I got no qualms with anybody. I got no problems with anybody. Any match I ever have, it seems like everybody wants to start problems with me. It's because I got all this gold sitting next to me. 44 months. I've done more than guys that have been doing this for 20 years. I've wrestled in 13 states. I've wrestled in England. Puerto Rico's not a country. Ha! Any Puerto Ricans that are listening, it's not a country. It's a territory. Puerto Rico now. I'm booked there till January 2000. I can't say that. Puerto Rico, I'm doing well there. Costa Rica, I actually had to cancel that booking because my cat hurt his tooth. But I've defended my title now in England twice, Scotland twice. I'm heading back to Scotland again. I've wrestled in England again at the bottom all the way down for WAW, which is Paige from AEW's families from wrestling with my family. I think is the movie. That company that's in that movie that I wrestled for them while I was over there. So I've been doing a lot of really good shit. So I don't want to face anybody. I think I'm the guy that everyone's got on their list. Like,
Okay.
you should see it. As soon as the match is announced, whoever my opponent is, they're probably sitting there like, not me.
Right.
For me, it's whenever the promoter will hit me up and go, yeah, I can pay your rate. I'll go, cool.
Right.
Do I wrestle in Illinois? No, I have not yet. There are a couple companies that I'm talking to, but my thing is that if a company can't afford me, you can't afford me. And I don't worry about it. I mean, like I said, 2 days, I'm heading to Bangkok, Thailand to wrestle the IWA Japan's 30th anniversary. IWA Japan, Terry Funk, Cactus Jack, Bruiser Brody, some of the craziest names in this business. I'm going to represent my company. I did that. And shout out to Wesley Learns and the Global Children the Global Children Financial Literacy Foundation.
Yes, sir. Shout out
You know what?
Burns.
Teach the kids to change the future.
So
Big shout out.
Yeah.
That's my sponsor. That's my Bangkok sponsor. They made sure I'm flying in class to get over and get me back safely.
Yes, sir. So talk about your time at ACW. Talk about that a little bit.
ACW? ACW. Yeah. That's the company I first started in. And even the ACW Heavyweight Championship was a pretty prestigious title. It was held by a lot of big names.
Yes.
The FIP title is a lot bigger of a title, but the ACW title was a very well-respected title, and that's the first title I won within, I think it was 5 months of wrestling. I won that title, and I held that title for 373 days, and I lost it to Lucky Ali, who actually just recently got signed to NXT. His name is Shaquam Sugars or something like that. I don't know. It's a weird name. I like Lucky Ali much better. But yeah, ACW is just it's WWN is the umbrella. The company is WWN, WWN, which is which was ACW is not really around anymore. We don't really represent the company anymore. It kind of, once the owner passed away, it kind of just feathered away itself. But WWN is Super Lucha, it's Shine Wrestling, Shine Women's Wrestling, it's FIP, it's WWN Grindhouse, it's WWN Proving Ground. If you can go to WWNlive.com, there's all the different companies that we work with that's under the WWN umbrella. For those that are familiar, Evolve, that just recently got sold to WWE, that was under the WWN umbrella. That was the biggest company we had under WWN, but now FIP is the biggest company we have under the umbrella, which is the title I have now. So that all kind of stems together. WWN is FIP, is ACW, is Proving Ground.
All right. So let the people know, like, where can they get tickets to see your matches or your merch store?
Yeah, your best bet's to type in the name August Artois right there, August Artois, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'll post about the show. I 100% of the time put the company's name right there, so you can click on the company's name. Some of the companies like Pride of Wrestling, I'm wrestling at tomorrow in Seminole, Florida. That's to anybody in Florida, the Seminole, Tampa, St. Pete area.
Yep.
I'll be going up against Baby Keith, but you can get those tickets at prideofwrestling.com. For WWN, you can get the tickets at WWNlive.com. You can go to OCCshop.com. Like, just follow me, because there's multiple companies I work for. There's not really just one place you can get tickets. There's multiple places. Some places you can get them at the door. So a lot of places you can just get them at the door.
All right. Well, I got another highlight I want to share with the folks. For everybody's watching, I don't own the rights to none of these clips or the music. We have our special guest, Real Raw, August Artois. He's a 7-time heavyweight worldwide champion. All right. Let's go ahead and get into this clip. Stay with me, Real Raw.
Eternal still sipping full and laying full of raps.
Yes, sir. And we back.
I'm back. I had to let my cat out. He had to fetch the mail.
Hey. Hey, man, you're a great performer, man. There's some nice highlights, and I like your intros.
I'm amazing. I'm not great. I'm amazing. I'm really good at this. Really good. Like I said, 44 months. I'm really good at this.
That's real fast, man. That's not a long time at all. So, August, let everybody know, the ins and out of wrestling. Like, if someone wants to get into wrestling, if someone wants to wrestle.
No.
If any kid wanted to wrestle, what should
Don't do it. Don't do it. Find something better to do. This isn't fun. It's not cool. It's not good for your body. It's not good for your mental health. It's not good for the longevity of your life. You don't want to grow up and have aching knees and elbow. Use this like you guys heard if you've been paying attention to this interview. I went and traveled the world on my own. I've been signed to a record label and traveled 48 states in this country on my own. I got to go to Hawaii and Alaska still. That's it. I've scratched off two full lists of bucket lists of items on my bucket list. and then I became a professional wrestler because I'm bored. And after this is done, I might go be like an NBA player or a doctor or something. I don't know. But kids, please go find something better to do. There's so many better things out there that you can make more money doing that are safer and better for your mental health, your physical health. Don't like WWE is a far shot for a lot of guys, and a lot of guys even down here that are training, that are in the middle of training. I'm telling them, you're not good. You're not. If you're not even the best guy in this room, and it's just you by yourself, you're never gonna make it anywhere. And like that's the thing is, a lot of guys will just like say I would just start my own wrestling training. I would love there to be a bunch of stupid ass kids that want to wrestle. Because I would sit there and milk their money dry until mommy's out of money, and I'd kick them out as soon as I'm done. And I'd sit there and tell them, "You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it." I'd be a terrible coach because I would never make money. As soon as the kid showed me the first sign that he's not for this business, I'd let him know. I'm not gonna. That's the real and raw. I don't lie to people, even if it hurts my feelings.
Where did you get that name from?
Real and raw?
Yeah.
That's the thing is like, if you described Auguste Artois, like the character of Auguste Artois, to anybody that I grew up with that doesn't know me now, they would say, "Well, that sounds a lot like this Tim kid that I used to go to school with." It's who I am. It just like when I was coming up with the gimmick of the name. Obviously, my name's not Auguste Artois. I'm not fucking Batman. I don't have that kind of name. But my two favorite people in the world are my mom and my brother. Their birthdays are both in August. My grandfather, this is later on, I found this out. My great grandfather's middle name is August. Wait. My great grandfather's first name was August. So that kind of threw me all off because I didn't know that when I did it, but now all this stems together. And then Artois, I was watching TV when I wrote down August, a Stella Artois commercial came on, and I was like, August Artois. I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's really cool. I called my coach. This was 2 years before I even started wrestling. I called Francisco Chiazzo, like before I even knew who he was. I called, and I was like, I got this name, Auguste Artois, and he goes, "Don't tell anybody that name because they'll steal it." He's like, "That fucking name is amazing." Tell Alan, shut up! I'm talking. I'm trying to focus right now. And hell yeah, baby, Wesley Learns teaching the kids, change the future. Anyways, where was I? Where was I before Alan rudely interrupted me?
You're talking about how you got the Real Raw, the name, and your Auguste Artois.
Yeah, so the Auguste Artois. So then I thought to myself, like, I'm a huge fan of, like I said, like hip hop, old hip hop, 90s hip hop, 90s movies. And if you describe like anything in entertainment form, ask anybody, stop anybody in the street and say, what do you love most about this? What do you what your music you listen to? It's real, it's raw. I want it to be real. I want it to be raw. And I kept, after I wrote this down, real, raw, Auguste Artois, I was like, I love the fact that it rhymes. It has to, like, I started off as a musician, so rhyming is my forte. I'll even start cutting a promo, and the whole thing will be like 16 bars because it all rhymes because it's just in my head, but it makes sense too. Just like my bar.
If you ever need a beat, if you ever need a beat, holler at me.
You know what? I will, because we're gonna be firing. I got a studio right on the other side of this camera. I got a studio with the microphone all set up, Rode microphone I got Pro Tools studio set up.
Okay.
So,
all right. Yeah.
We'll definitely be dropping some shit. I got a Tiger Blood mixtape here too. I used to spit. We actually won. Me and my brother actually won hottest hip hop duo award down here in Tampa. I think it was like 2010.
So name some of your favorite artists, some of your favorite hip hop artists. Let's get into it. Then I'm gonna ask you your top 5 favorite wrestlers. Let's talk about the music first, since that was the first journey.
No. Wait, what was I talking about? The real and raw thing. Okay, the real raw Auguste Artois thing. After I wrote that down, let me finish this part. As I wrote that down, I kept hearing people like in movies. I would hear people be like, "What do you want? You want it to be real? You want it to be real, don't you? And you need it to be raw." I'm like, "Oh man, that's awesome." Then I turn on music and they'd be like, "This shit is real. This shit is raw." I'm like, real and raw. Like, this is it. It's real. I'm raw. And if you ask anybody about me, like, "Oh, brother, I am real and I am raw." Like, I'm straight to the cut you open and throw salt in the wound. That's the real and raw. But my favorite artist is if I had to really not think about it and just throw some names out there, it'd be, of course, Wayne. Well, rap artist, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Wayne for sure. Busta Rhymes for sure. Jadakiss, Nas.
Okay.
I'm taking back Nas. Pac,
Okay.
not Biggie, because Biggie was good. I like Biggie a lot, but a lot of his shit just wasn't. I'd like to say Eminem though, honest to God, not because white rappers, but obviously his fucking lyricist,
Yeah.
amazing.
He just dropped something.
Did he? I don't listen to anything new. I haven't listened to anything new since 2008.
Wow.
I don't
Yeah.
listen to anything new. I don't watch anything new. I think that I started watching the Vikings on Netflix, and I'm
Oh,
I'm in the locker room bragging about it. And people are like, "Bro, that came out like 15 years ago." I'm like,
yeah.
"Damn, it's new to
Yeah.
me."
Yeah. So who's your top 5 wrestlers all time?
Dial on, dial on, dial on, dial on, and time.
Perfect answer. You had to get that one in.
If I
Uh-oh.
usually I
You got
usually
Johan
not
on, you got Johan on the podcast. What's up, Johan? Mike.
pronounced Johan Nara. Johan's my guy. I do like that guy. He owes me a match. Last
Oh
time we had a match together, he actually got injured during the match.
no.
Don't worry. I took care of him, and then I took care of him. But when we got to the back, I
What
tripped him,
the
and I stepped on his foot to make it even worse.
dang?
But anyways, top 5 wrestlers. I usually never answer this question because I think it's stupid. But since you're such a genuine guy, Jermaine, I will answer it. I'll answer it for Mama Jermaine.
Oh,
Um,
Johan said y'all gonna have that match.
I don't care what Johan said.
Let's go.
Anyways, you interrupt me one more time,
All
Jermaine.
right.
I'm gonna shove my foot. Mama Jermaine, shut your ears. I'm gonna shove my foot here. Top five favorite wrestlers. Johan Nara.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Totally kidding. Favorite wrestlers. Wait, wrestler. Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker, and Savio. No, fuck Savio Vega. Fuck Savio Vega.
Let's go. You got action figure. What's up,
I
man?
hate Savio Vega. I guess. See, that's why I hate answering it because I took I have a lot of favorites, like different things that I loved about wrestling growing up. So like those 4, I get me. I'm my fucking 5th favorite because I'm fucking awesome. I really am. My brother even said I'm his favorite. He doesn't like wrestling. I'm his favorite wrestler. I'm the man.
So I see that you fought somebody blindfolded one time with a bag over your head, right? Talk about that.
Yeah, that was yeah, Frankie Filto. Shout out Frankie Filto. That was probably the most fun I've ever had and will ever have in professional wrestling. That match was really fun.
You ever did a cage match before?
No, I have not, but I really want to. Shout out Johan Nara. He's got that brand new shiny dynasty title.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yes,
Let's see if they can set up a cage so I can shove my foot up Johan Nara's ass.
Okay, let's do the
like,
promo on the sports shop.
He's got like 6 titles right now.
He said, "Hell, effing yeah."
He doesn't need 6 titles right now. I got 2. Come on, dude. I'll take one.
He said, "Dynasty, yeah. Let's have a cage match. Let's do it. Oh, it's gonna be dope."
Jermaine, your job now is to clip this little section up, post it, tag me and Mr. Johan, and we'll get the ball rolling. And oh man,
let's go. He said, "You can have them." That's what he said. All right.
You can't have mine. How about that? You can't have mine. You gotta kill me to take mine, Johan. Anyway, back to me. Look at him hijacking my interview.
Yes, sir. So, for everybody that's watching, y'all make sure y'all subscribe, tune in, make sure that you share, like, follow us on Spotify, Deezer, Facebook, Instagram, X. We got 7-time heavyweight champion, independent wrestler, the real Raw, August Artois. Yes, sir. Rocking the Wesley Learns. Okay. Make
That's
sure
me, baby.
follow him in all those platforms. He'll be wrestling this weekend in Seminole, Florida. Who's your opponent again? Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I'll be wrestling Pride of Wrestling. Get your tickets at prideofwrestling.com. I'll be going up against Baby Keith, who's the Florida version of Wiz Khalifa, it'll be fun. I'm going to try to get him a drug test right before the match starts so I don't have to actually fight tomorrow.
Uh-oh. El Papi Chulo's on. He said,
Who?
oh, snap.
Who?
El Papi Chulo.
I don't speak Spanish. Can you say it in English?
Yes, sir. He say POW. Get your tickets now for tomorrow.
Prideofwrestling.com. You can see El Papi Chulo is actually in a VIP tag team match. Wait, no. Is it a VIP? No, it's not a VIP match. Is it a VIP match? I don't give a fuck. It's not my match. Anyways, he's in a mixed gender match. So it's him and some
girl
against Logan Cruz and some other girl too. That'd be pretty cool.
Man, you guys follow these guys on Instagram, please. The investor show says fire. Yes, sir.
He didn't say fire. No, Jermaine, he didn't say fire. He said that's the sound fire makes.
That's it.
Anyways, back to me, Jermaine. You can go on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to, I think it's called 4K and Chill or 4K, something like that. Anyways, type in Son of a Journeyman. That's my documentary that just came out. My next documentary is coming out. It's going to be the UK documentary, as I just went to the UK. The Son of a Journeyman is around an hour and 14 minutes. This next documentary is around 25, 30 minutes long. And then I head to Thailand, Bangkok, Thailand for Setup Pro Wrestling, IWA Japan 30th anniversary. I'll be heading all the way to Bangkok, Thailand to defend the FIP World Heavyweight Championship title. And you can follow them and like them as well. That's going to be fucking dope. I'm going to get up against Shivam, making my way fucking back from Thailand. The fuck was I saying before that? I don't remember. Yeah. I'll be making a fucking that's what I was going with. I'll be making a documentary the same way I did the UK doc. It's like 25, 30-minute documentary, mini doc. I'll be doing the same thing for Thailand. And then I'm going back to the UK in October. I got 2 dates already set up. Bleeding Gums, shout out. That's 1 date. Valor Pro Wrestling in Scotland as well. I'll be wrestling with them. Looking to fill up maybe 1 or 2 more dates. We'll see if I feel like doing it. Those are going to be fucking hectic matches. Shit, dude, I got action figures coming out. I got dolls coming out. You can go get my merch at unforgettablevision.com. That's unforgettablevision.com. I think I've got like 79 different options. I've got jackets. I've got bathing suits. I've got shorts. I've got tanks. I've got hats. I've got beanies. I've got fucking condoms. I've got everything. Me and August documentary in the works. Me and Alan Williams are going to be actually going to Bangkok on our own. This is going to be a later date. We're going to be going just the 2 of us. Jermaine, you're invited. El Papi Chulo, you're fucking not.
Word. Hey, so who you like to think along your journey, the Real Raw, as far as like all the things you've been through all up to this point? I know you like to think, it could be a coach, mentor, it could be your mom, your brother, anybody.
Me. I like to thank fucking me, Jermaine. I did it.
Yes, sir.
Thank my coach. He could thank me. He can't now. God rest his little chubby soul. He could thank me for being the student of his dreams. Anybody who wrestles me can thank me for stepping in the ring with such a great, real, and raw talent. Anybody who books me can thank me for putting asses in seats, for putting over their company on fucking podcasts when I could be watching porn. Anybody, I'm thanking me, Jermaine. You ever seen that Snoop Dogg thing? Yeah. I like to thank me for always being there for me. I've always listened to me. I edited my promos. I made my music. I did my shit. I made my gear. I did all my shit. And for the guy who made my gear, you're welcome for making my gear. I thank nobody, Jermaine. You know who I thank? I thank Mama Jermaine for giving birth to you so we can do this interview.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Real Raw. Oh, man. You like to shout anybody out before we head out?
Shout out to fucking me. And my cat's sleeping, so we got to cut this shit short, dude. He's probably pissed. No, shout out to absolutely fucking nobody except for Wesley Learns and the Global Children Financial Literacy Foundation, making sure I get to Bangkok because you know I'm not paying for that flight. Ha! Dummies. Fucking shout out to me, myself, August Artois, Timothy Felger. I love me. I will always be there for me. Shout out to Alan Williams. That's my boy. I gotta say it. I can't even front on it because I love that motherfucker. Shout out to fucking Johan Nera. No shout out to Papi Chulo. None at all. Shout out to my fans. I actually do have some really fucking good fans. Really, really, really good fans. I have good support system. See, I don't have to thank. That's the thing about like people will say shit like, August, did you really just say fuck everybody? But my support system, they don't need me to sit here and they know. They know I love them. They know I respect them. They know I appreciate them, and they know I wouldn't be here without them. So I don't have to do that fucking. I'd like to thank the Academy. I'd like to thank Jermaine's mother. I'd like to thank Alan's mother. I'd like to thank Alan's wife's mother for making me rice.
El Papichulo say, "What a guy."
Fuck you. See that? X stands. That's where El Papichulo. X marks the spot.
Man, I can't wait to see that match, bro. I'm gonna tune in to that for real.
I'm not fighting El Papichulo. I'm fighting Johan Nuri.
Johan, yeah, the cage match for the Dynasty belt.
Exactly. Make that happen, Jermaine.
All right, cool. All right, for everybody that's watching, we thank you for tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Yeah, we towards the end. You paused for a second. You was like,
yeah, you've taken a lot of my time, Jermaine.
I'm sorry, bro. I know you got to get ready for tomorrow. But everybody, make sure you follow us on Spotify, Deezer, Instagram, Facebook, and on Twitter. And make sure you follow us, The Real Raw, August Artois. He's fighting tomorrow in Seminole, Florida, okay? You get your tickets. Let them know where to get the tickets for, again.
You can get your tickets at prideofwrestling.com. Make sure you tune in. You can watch it on YouTube. Clips, highlights, reels. Make sure you follow August Artois on all social media platforms. That's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Or they call it X. I don't thread, because that's lame.
All right.
Oh, I also do voiceovers, too. Poppy wants to thank Alan and Alan's mom. Don't bring Alan's mom into this, Poppy. You son of a bitch. Those Puerto Ricans have no respect.
All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and head out. Hey, we appreciate you coming on the show, Real Raw. Love to have you back on. And let's do it again. Let's chop it up behind backstage, all right?
Oh, hey, by the way, sorry, the rate for me to do this was 500. You only sent 50. You needed to add another 0 to that. So as soon as we get off here, just go ahead and send the other 450, and we should be good to go.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Y'all make sure y'all tune in and subscribe. Hey, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. All right?
Boom.
Later.